Hey guys! So today I'm basically going to tell you about this insane shipwreck called the Atocha. It's like the most wanted shipwreck ever. You know what I mean? I've always been super into these underwater mysteries, and trust me, this one's going to blow your mind. Imagine diving deep into the ocean, where the water's all calm and blue, and suddenly you see it. The remains of this massive Spanish ship. So it's 1622, right? This huge Spanish galleon, the Atocha, is sailing along, absolutely loaded with treasure. Then, out of nowhere, a hurricane hits and down she goes. Now, centuries later, people are still obsessed with finding all the gold and stuff that went down with it. The Atocha. A name whispered with reverence by treasure hunters and historians alike. The Atocha is not just a ship, it is a symbol of adventure, mystery, and the relentless pursuit of dreams. For centuries, it has captured the imaginations of those who seek the thrill of discovery and the allure of untold riches. This Spanish galleon, laden with riches beyond measure, met a tragic end in 1622 off the coast of Florida. The Atocha was part of a fleet carrying immense wealth from the New World back to Spain, a journey fraught with peril and uncertainty. Its sinking, a catastrophe for Spain, created an enduring legend, a siren song for those captivated by the allure of lost treasure. The storm that claimed the Atocha was fierce and unforgiving, scattering its precious cargo across the ocean floor, turning a routine voyage into a tale of tragedy and intrigue. The Atocha wasn't just a ship, it was a floating treasure chest. It carried not only gold and silver but also precious gems, rare artifacts, and invaluable historical documents. Each item aboard the Atocha held a story, a piece of history waiting to be told. Imagine gold bars stacked high, shimmering emeralds, and chests overflowing with silver coins. The wealth aboard the Atocha was staggering, a testament to the riches of the Spanish Empire and the vast resources of the New World. This was the reality of the Atocha, a vessel carrying the wealth of an empire. Its loss was not just a financial blow but a symbolic one, a reminder of the risks inherent in the age of exploration and the unpredictable nature of the sea. Its loss sent shockwaves through Spain, a stark reminder of the perils of the sea and the fickle hand of fate. The Atocha's demise was a national tragedy, a story that would be told and retold for generations, each telling adding to its mystique. But the Atocha's story didn't end on that fateful day. Beneath the waves, its treasures lay scattered, waiting to be discovered. The ocean floor became a silent guardian of the Atocha's secrets, preserving them for those daring enough to seek them out. It continued beneath the waves, its treasures scattered, its secrets waiting to be uncovered. The allure of the Atocha drew countless treasure hunters, each hoping to be the one to unlock its mysteries and claim its riches. The legend of the Atocha lived on, a tantalizing whisper of unimaginable riches hidden beneath the waves. For centuries, the ship remained a ghostly presence, its exact location unknown, its treasures a distant dream for those who dare to dream big. For centuries, the Atocha remained a ghost ship, its location a mystery, its treasures a distant dream. The ship's story became a part of maritime lore, a beacon for adventurers, and a symbol of the enduring human spirit. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. The Atocha's story was far from over. Modern technology and relentless determination would eventually bring the ship's secrets to light, proving that some legends never die. The Atocha's story was far from over. The ship that had once been lost to the depths was on the verge of being rediscovered, its treasures ready to be brought back into the light. Its time in the shadows was coming to an end, ready to resurface into the bright light of discovery. The Atocha's legacy would continue, inspiring new generations of treasure hunters and historians, each eager to uncover the next chapter in this incredible story. The Atocha was part of Spain's treasure fleet, a flotilla of ships tasked with transporting the riches of the New World back to the heart of the empire. This fleet was a lifeline for Spain, bringing back not just wealth, but also the resources needed to maintain its vast empire. The Atocha, named after a revered shrine in Madrid, was one of the most heavily armed and richly laden ships in the fleet. These ships, laden with gold, silver, and precious gems, embarked on a perilous journey across the Atlantic, braving storms, pirates, and the unknown. The treasures they carried were the result of years of labor in the mines of the New World, extracted under harsh conditions and often at great human cost. Each piece of gold, each silver ingot, and every precious gem was a testament to the empire's reach and ambition. In 1622, the Atocha, along with its sister ships, set sail from Havana, Cuba, bound for Spain. The departure from Havana was a grand affair, with the ship's sails billowing in the wind and the crew hopeful for a swift and safe journey. The fleet was a symbol of Spain's power and the promise of wealth that awaited them upon their return. The ships were heavily laden, their holds overflowing with the wealth of the Americas. The Atocha alone carried an estimated 47 tons of silver, 27 kilograms of gold, and 85 pounds of emeralds, among other treasures. The sheer weight of the cargo made the ships ride low in the water, a testament to the immense value they carried. The atmosphere on board would have been tense, excitement for the riches mixed with the ever-present fear of the sea. The crew, a mix of seasoned sailors and inexperienced hands, knew the dangers that lay ahead. They were aware that the journey was fraught with peril, from the threat of pirates to the unpredictable weather that could turn a calm sea into a deadly trap. The journey started well enough, but fate, as we know, can be a cruel mistress. The fleet made good progress initially, with clear skies and favorable winds. The crew might have felt a sense of relief, believing that they were on their way to a successful voyage. However, the sea is unpredictable, and their luck was about to change dramatically. A hurricane, a monstrous storm, brewed in the Atlantic, its path directly in line with the treasure fleet. The storm grew in intensity, its winds howling and waves rising to terrifying heights. The crew would have watched in horror as the once calm sea turned into a churning maelstrom, knowing that their chances of survival were dwindling with each passing moment. The ships, caught in the tempest's fury, were tossed about like toys. The Atocha, despite its size and strength, was no match for the storm's relentless power. The crew fought desperately to keep the ship afloat, but the waves were merciless, crashing over the deck and threatening to tear the ship apart. The Atocha, battered by the storm's relentless assault, was driven onto a reef. The impact was catastrophic. The hull was breached, and water poured in, sealing the ship's fate. The crew's efforts to save the ship were in vain, and the Atocha began to sink, taking with it the hopes and dreams of those on board. The once mighty galleon, overwhelmed by the sheer power of nature, sank beneath the waves, taking with her almost all of her crew and her king's ransom in treasure. The Atocha's final resting place would remain a mystery for centuries, a silent witness to the perils of the sea and the relentless pursuit of wealth. The story of the Atocha is a poignant reminder of the fragility of human endeavors in the face of nature's might. The Atocha wasn't carrying just any cargo. It was a treasure ship in the truest sense. This Spanish galleon, part of the Tierra Firme fleet, was laden with an unimaginable wealth that had been amassed from the New World. The Atocha was a floating vault, a testament to the riches that the Spanish Empire extracted from its colonies. Its holds were a king's ransom, filled with the riches of a continent. The ship was a veritable treasure trove, carrying the spoils of conquest and the fruits of colonial exploitation. The wealth it carried was meant to fund wars, build palaces, and sustain the grandeur of the Spanish crown. Imagine, if you will, over 40 tons of silver, thousands of silver coins, and chests overflowing with gold. The sheer volume of precious metals was staggering, a glittering testament to the vast resources of the Americas. Each coin, each bar of silver, represented the labor and lives of countless indigenous people and enslaved Africans. But the Atocha's treasure went beyond mere gold and silver. The ship also carried a dazzling array of precious stones and jewels, each one a marvel of natural beauty and human craftsmanship. These treasures were not just valuable, they were symbols of status and power, coveted by the elite of Europe. It held emeralds from Colombian mines, their green depths hinting at untold value. These emeralds were among the finest in the world, prized for their clarity and color. They were destined to adorn the crowns and jewelry of royalty, a testament to the wealth and reach of the Spanish Empire. There were pearls, each one a perfect sphere of iridescent beauty, and exquisite jewelry crafted by skilled artisans. These pearls, harvested from the warm waters of the Caribbean, were highly sought after in Europe. They were symbols of purity and wealth, often used in the most intricate and valuable pieces of jewelry. The Atocha's manifest listed over 160 gold bars and discs, each one a testament to the wealth of the Spanish Empire. These gold bars were not just raw material. They were meticulously crafted and stamped with the marks of their origin, a clear indication of their value and authenticity. These weren't just bars of metal. They were symbols of power, of conquest, and of a time when empires were built on the riches of distant lands. Each bar told a story of exploration, exploitation, and the relentless pursuit of wealth that drove the Spanish Empire to the far corners of the globe. Today, the estimated value of the Atocha's recovered treasure is in the hundreds of millions of dollars. This staggering sum reflects not only the intrinsic value of the precious metals and gems, but also the historical significance of the artifacts. The treasure of the Atocha is a tangible link to a bygone era, a time when the world was being reshaped by exploration and conquest. But the true value goes beyond monetary worth. The Atocha's treasure is a priceless collection of historical artifacts, each piece a window into the past. These treasures tell the story of a world in transition, of cultures colliding and empires rising and falling. Each piece is a tangible link to the past, a whisper of a bygone era, a story waiting to be told. The Atocha's treasure is more than just gold and jewels. It is a collection of memories, a testament to the human spirit's drive for exploration, and a reminder of the complex history that has shaped our world. For centuries, the Atocha remained a ghost ship, lost to the depths, its location a tantalizing mystery. That is, until a man named Mel Fisher, a dreamer with an unyielding spirit, dedicated his life to finding her. Fisher, a modern-day treasure hunter, was captivated by the allure of the Atocha. Driven by a passion for history and a thirst for adventure, Fisher and his team embarked on a grueling search that would span decades. They faced countless setbacks, battling treacherous weather, equipment failures, and the skepticism of a world that had long since dismissed the Atocha as a legend. Fisher's search wasn't just about the treasure, though the prospect of finding such riches was undoubtedly alluring. It was about the challenge, the pursuit of a dream, the unwavering belief that the Atocha's story wasn't over. His dedication became legendary. He poured his heart, soul, and every penny he had into finding the Atocha. Years turned into decades, and still he persisted, driven by an unshakable belief that he would one day find the lost galleon. Please subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories like the Atocha's legendary shipwreck.
The ocean holds many secrets, some of them glitter with gold. For centuries, legends of sunken treasures have captured imaginations, from cursed ships lost to storms to galleons loaded with royal riches. Scene 2, Introduction. Time code 00007000000260. But what if we told you that many of those legends were real, that beneath the waves lie fortunes that once belonged to kings, pirates, and empires? Today, we dive deep into the mystery, the history, and the sheer scale of the greatest underwater discoveries ever made. This is not just a list. This is a journey through forgotten chapters of our world. These are the top 5 biggest sunken treasures ever found. At number 1, we have a treasure that may still be out there, untouched and waiting. The Flor de la Mar, a massive Portuguese carrack, sank in 1511 near Sumatra, Indonesia, while carrying what many believe to be the richest treasure cargo ever assembled. Historians estimate its value to be over $3 billion today. filled with gold, jewels and tribute from the Sultan of Malacca. Despite numerous attempts, the Flor de la Mar has never been found. Its remains lie somewhere beneath turbulent waters and shifting sands. Some call it a myth, others are still searching, but one thing is certain: if it's ever found, it will rewrite treasure hunting history. The SS Central America sank in 1857 during a violent hurricane, taking with it 425 souls and over 9 tons of California gold rush treasure. It wasn't until the late 1980s that Tommy Thompson and his team recovered much of the haul: thousands of gold coins, bars and historical artifacts. The discovery was revolutionary, but it quickly turned into a legal and financial nightmare. Investors never got paid, and Thompson himself eventually vanished, only to be found years later, living in hiding. Today, the Ship of Gold stands as a symbol of both human brilliance and greed, a dazzling find wrapped in tragedy and scandal. The San Jose is often called the Holy Grail of shipwrecks, and for good reason. Sunk in 1708 off the coast of Colombia, this Spanish galleon was carrying 11 million gold coins, emeralds and precious stones, valued at an estimated $17 billion in today's money. The ship lay undiscovered for over 300 years, until 2015, when it was located by the Colombian Navy using advanced underwater robotics. But its discovery led to a global controversy over ownership rights. Spain, Colombia, and even private investors laid claim to the wreck. To this day, the treasure remains underwater, protected by law and surrounded by questions of morality, history, and who should own the past. Imagine diving for nearly 2 decades, chasing a dream that everyone else called crazy. That was Mel Fisher's reality. In 1985, after 16 long years of searching, he finally struck gold, literally. He discovered the Spanish galleon Nuestra Señora de Atocha, which sank off the Florida Keys during a hurricane in 1622. On board were emeralds, silver bars, golden chains, and coins known as pieces of 8, the total value over $450 million. But the Atocha was more than a payday. It was a portal into the colonial world, a piece of royal history, and a symbol of unshakable belief in a dream. In 2007, the modern world witnessed a real-life treasure hunt come to life. Odyssey Marine Exploration, an American company, recovered nearly 17 tons of silver and gold coins from the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. They didn't reveal the ship's name, sparking a frenzy of speculation. But Spain soon claimed the treasure came from a sunken Spanish galleon, the Nuestra Señora de las Mercedes, which had been lost in 1804. A lengthy legal battle followed, and Spain won, reclaiming the treasure. But what made this project so fascinating wasn't just the fortune, it was the secrecy, the controversy, and the way this modern-day mission echoed the high-stakes drama of history itself. Each of these sunken treasures tells a story of ambition, of loss, of discovery, and of obsession. They remind us that the ocean isn't just water, it's a vast library of human history waiting for someone brave enough to turn the next page. Which one amazed you the most? And if you had the chance, would you dive for gold or for the story behind it? Please subscribe to our channel for more amazing content.
The ocean holds its secrets close. Beneath the turquoise waters off Cuba's Guanahacabibes Peninsula, a mystery lies hidden, one that could rewrite history. More than 2,000 feet below, explorers discovered what appeared to be a lost city, vast, organized stone structures, deep in the abyss. This isn't a tale of pirates or treasure, but of a metropolis submerged by a forgotten cataclysm. The find, made during a routine sonar survey in 2001, sparked wild theories and comparisons to Atlantis, then faded into obscurity. What if our understanding of ancient civilizations is incomplete? What if a sophisticated culture thrived here long before the pyramids? Join me as we dive into the evidence, the controversy, and the enduring enigma of Cuba's underwater city. The story begins, a tale of the deep, as many great discoveries do, often unfolding by sheer accident, a twist of fate guiding the way. It was the year 2001 when this particular story began to surface. Canadian engineers Paulina Zalitsky and Paul Weinswey, working diligently for Advanced Digital Communications, a company specializing in marine research and exploration, were meticulously mapping the seafloor off the western coast of Cuba. Their mission? To search for potential sites for oil and gas exploration. But during their routine survey, their sonar scans revealed something astonishing, something that would change the course of their research. The sonar picked up a 2-square-kilometer area covered in distinct geometric shapes, patterns that defied natural formation. Grids, precise and deliberate, and massive blocks, arranged in ways that suggested intelligent design. Nothing like the random chaos of natural rock formations. The images clearly showed right angles, sharp and defined, circular patterns, perfectly round structures dotting the seafloor, and what appeared to be roads, pathways, and the unmistakable outlines of building foundations. Some structures bore a striking resemblance to pyramids, their triangular forms rising from the ocean floor. Others were stacked meticulously in complex arrangements, hinting at a sophisticated civilization. The site's depth, lying over 2,000 feet beneath the surface, presented significant challenges, making immediate in-person exploration nearly impossible with the technology they had at the time. The team quickly realized they had stumbled upon something far older, far more significant, and infinitely stranger than a simple sunken ship or a natural anomaly. They knew that sonar, while powerful, can sometimes be deceptive, playing tricks with echoes and interpretations. So, to truly confirm their extraordinary find, they needed visual confirmation, to see it with their own eyes, or at least through the lens of a camera. With anticipation building, they meticulously prepared to send down a remotely operated camera, hoping to capture the first glimpse of this underwater enigma. The initial sonar scans had piqued the team's curiosity, hinting at something extraordinary beneath the waves. Driven by the compelling sonar data, the team decided to delve deeper, returning to the site with a state-of-the-art remotely operated vehicle, or ROV. This advanced piece of technology would serve as their eyes and ears in the crushing depths. The ROV was meticulously equipped with an array of powerful lights to pierce the perpetual darkness, high-definition cameras to capture every detail, and sophisticated sensors to gather crucial environmental data. This equipment allowed the team to observe and record the underwater environment with unprecedented clarity. As the ROV began its slow, deliberate descent into the inky blackness of the deep ocean, anticipation mounted within the research vessel above. The team watched intently as the ROV transmitted its initial findings. The deeper the ROV descended, the more the sunlight faded, until only the vehicle's powerful lights illuminated the path ahead. Soon, the ROV's cameras transmitted images that sent shivers down the spines of the researchers. In the beam of the ROV's lights, colossal stone blocks came into view, smooth, sharp-edged, and seemingly arranged with purpose. These were not natural rock formations. They bore the unmistakable hallmarks of intelligent design. The sheer scale of the blocks was staggering. Some blocks were as large as 8 by 10 feet, dwarfing the ROV and leaving the team in awe of the immense structures they were witnessing. Further exploration revealed that these massive blocks were not simply scattered randomly. They were carefully stacked to form walls and distinct pyramid-like shapes, suggesting a complex architectural plan. The ROV continued its exploration, venturing deeper into the site. It captured images of remarkably straight corridors, stretching into the distance, and the distinct outlines of circular foundations, hinting at the presence of round structures. The layout and design of the site were strangely reminiscent of ancient ceremonial sites found on land, with a similar emphasis on symmetry, geometry, and monumental construction. The composition of the granite blocks puzzled researchers. Where did this material come from? The granite was not native to the immediate region, hinting at a sophisticated understanding of transport and construction techniques, capable of moving massive stones across considerable distances. The precision of the stone construction, the symmetrical arrangement of the blocks, and the overall scale of the site suggested intelligent design, not random geological processes. This was clearly the work of a sophisticated civilization. As the team analyzed the ROV footage, they noted striking similarities between some of the formations and the architecture of ancient Mesoamerican civilizations, such as the Maya and the Aztec. However, this site presented an even greater enigma, as it was located far deeper underwater than any other known ruins associated with those cultures, or any other culture for that matter. The ROV footage wasn't just a collection of images, it transformed vague speculation into a profound and compelling mystery. challenging existing assumptions about human history and the potential for advanced civilizations lost to time. With the aid of sophisticated sonar technology and compelling video evidence, Paulina Zalitsky and Paul Weinsweig embarked on a journey of discovery. What they found beneath the waves led them to propose a bold and rather controversial theory, that the extensive ruins they had located didn't just represent a natural formation, but instead belonged to a lost, highly advanced civilization, a society that had thrived in the region long before recorded history. Through careful analysis and the application of archaeological dating methods, they estimated that the underwater site could be astonishingly old, potentially older than even Egypt's majestic pyramids, structures that have stood for millennia as testaments to human ingenuity. This would mean the civilization predated the rise of the Maya and Aztec empires, cultures that were themselves incredibly advanced and sophisticated. But the current sea levels then simply weren't low enough to expose this land, making it impossible for a civilization to flourish there, unless the site was significantly older than initially suspected, perhaps dating back as far as 50,000 years, pushing the boundaries of known human history into uncharted territory. To explain the city's submersion, they suggested a catastrophic event of immense proportions, a sudden and dramatic collapse of a land bridge that once connected Cuba and the Yucatan Peninsula. This cataclysmic event would have plunged the entire city into the depths of the sea in a relatively short period of time. This theory, if proven, could potentially explain some of the mysterious cultural links and shared traditions that have been observed between Cuba and Mexico throughout history. It hinted at the existence of a forgotten chapter of human history, a chapter that had been lost to the depths of the ocean and the passage of time, waiting to be rediscovered. If true, it would mean that a major civilization, with its own unique culture, technology, and history, had vanished beneath the waves, its story effectively erased from the collective memory of humankind. The mere idea of such a discovery electrified researchers across the globe and challenged everything we thought we knew about the history of the Americas and the origins of civilization itself. But as the saying goes, extraordinary claims demand extraordinary evidence, and the burden of proof rests heavily on those who propose such revolutionary theories. News of the discovery spread fast, igniting headlines about a lost city and Atlantis found in Cuba. The story had all the elements: explorers, ancient ruins, and a cataclysmic mystery. The Atlantis connection was irresistible, fueling public fascination and wild speculation. The media attention brought global recognition, but also skepticism from scientists wary of sensationalism. Images of the site were dissected online, with enthusiasts offering their own theories. The Atlantis label made the discovery famous, but also risked pushing it into the realm of myth. The researchers found themselves caught between public excitement and scientific doubt. As excitement grew, so did skepticism from the scientific community. Archaeologists questioned the idea of a 6,000-year-old civilization building monumental structures in the Americas. Geologists argued that natural processes could create geometric rock formations, like columnar basalt or eroded limestone. Without physical samples, it was impossible to confirm the stones were artificial. The site's depth posed a major problem. No known civilization could have built there before it was submerged. The theory of a sudden land collapse was seen as geologically unlikely. Compared to other sunken cities, which lie in shallow waters, Cuba's site was an anomaly. The burden of proof remained on the discoverers, and the evidence was far from conclusive. The greatest obstacle was the site's extreme depth, over 2,000 feet below the surface. Investigating required advanced, expensive technology: deep-sea ROVs, drilling rigs, and specialized ships. The initial survey offered only a glimpse. Real answers needed physical samples and detailed analysis. Funding such an expedition would cost millions, far beyond the means of a small private company. Scientific skepticism made it nearly impossible to secure support from major institutions. The Cuban government faced its own constraints, and enthusiasm waned. Without more evidence, there was no funding. Without funding, there was no evidence. The mystery remained locked in the deep. As years passed without new expeditions, the story faded from headlines and mainstream science. The mystery survived in online forums and among enthusiasts, but official interest dwindled. This silence fueled conspiracy theories. Some claimed governments or academics were suppressing the truth. Others speculated about extraterrestrial origins or lost technologies. The lack of new data became evidence of a cover-up, turning researchers into unwitting protagonists in a grand conspiracy. In reality, the story stalled due to practical limits, funding, technology, and scientific caution. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and that evidence never materialized. The mystery became a legend, its trail gone cold. Decades later, Cuba's underwater city remains an unsolved enigma, unconfirmed, unverified, and endlessly fascinating. No new expeditions, no physical samples, just sonar scans and brief ROV footage. The site's ambiguity is its allure enough evidence to provoke wonder, not enough to provide answers. It reminds us how little we know about our own planet's depths. The story is a lesson in the slow, uncertain process of discovery. Science demands patience, funding, and proof. Without them, mysteries linger. The Cuban anomaly is a modern legend, a digital age Atlantis that inspires curiosity and debate. Perhaps one day, new explorers will return and finally solve the puzzle. Until then, the lost city of Cuba remains a silent monument to the unknown, haunting our imagination from the deep. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out our playlist for more fascinating discoveries. See you in the next one.
The Black Stone, nestled within the eastern wall of the Kaaba in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, holds a position of unparalleled sanctity in Islam. Muslims around the world orient themselves towards the Kaaba, the house of God, 5 times daily during prayer. At the heart of this sacred structure lies the Black Stone, further amplifying its significance in the lives of over 1 billion people. Muslims believe that the Black Stone predates the Kaaba itself, serving as a physical testament to God's presence on earth. Its dark, smooth surface, polished by centuries of touch, is said to absorb the sins of those who come to it with a repentant heart. To touch the Black Stone, even to kiss it, is to partake in an act of profound spiritual significance. The importance of the Black Stone extends beyond its physical presence. It represents the starting and ending point of the Tawaf, the ritual circumambulation of the Kaaba performed during the Hajj pilgrimage. Millions of Muslims circle the Kaaba counterclockwise, their eyes drawn to the Black Stone as they seek closeness to God. The stone's presence transforms the Kaaba from a physical structure into a living symbol of unity, faith, and devotion. The Black Stone stands as a testament to the power of faith and the enduring allure of the unknown. The Black Stone story is shrouded in mystery and steeped in religious tradition. Its origins woven into the very fabric of Islamic history. Muslims believe that the stone was a gift from God, descending from heaven as a sign of his favor. Its initial pristine white color, according to tradition, was transformed to black over time, absorbing the sins of countless humans. It is said to have been given to Adam after his expulsion from the Garden of Eden, serving as a reminder of his covenant with God. After Adam's death, the stone was lost to the sands of time, only to be rediscovered by the prophet Abraham centuries later. Abraham and his son Ishmael, guided by divine revelation, were instructed to rebuild the Kaaba, incorporating the Black Stone into its eastern corner. The Black Stone serves as a tangible link to the earliest days of humanity and the prophetic missions of Adam, Abraham, and Ishmael. The Hajj, the annual pilgrimage to Mecca, is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, a mandatory act of worship for all able-bodied Muslims who can afford it. Each year, millions converge on the holy city, their hearts set on fulfilling this sacred duty. At the heart of the Hajj lies the Kaaba, and within its embrace, the Black Stone. Pilgrims circle the Kaaba 7 times, their movements echoing the celestial bodies in constant motion around a central point. The Black Stone marks the starting and ending point of each circuit, its presence a constant reminder of the pilgrim's devotion. Touching or kissing the Black Stone during the Tawaf is a highly desired act, symbolizing a direct connection with God. The act of circling the Kaaba with the Black Stone as a guidepost is a powerful symbol of unity, humility, and submission to the will of God. Despite the Black Stone's central role in Islamic faith, its precise geological origins remain a source of speculation and debate. The stone's sacred status makes scientific analysis challenging, leaving a veil of mystery surrounding its true nature. One of the most prevalent theories proposes that the Black Stone is a meteorite. Proponents of this theory point to the stone's dark, glassy appearance, which resembles certain types of meteorites known as chondrites. Chondrites are among the oldest materials in the solar system, formed during the early stages of planetary formation. Further supporting the meteorite theory is the Black Stone's fragmented appearance, suggesting a violent impact. Despite the intriguing evidence, the meteorite theory remains unconfirmed. The Black Stone's sacred status prevents invasive testing that could definitively determine its composition. The Black Stone's profound religious significance presents a unique challenge to scientific investigation. While the desire to understand its origins is strong, the sanctity of the stone takes precedence over any potential scientific inquiry that could compromise its integrity. The very act of removing even a small sample of the Black Stone for analysis would be considered sacrilegious by many Muslims. The stone is seen as an embodiment of holiness, and any action that could be perceived as disrespectful is strictly forbidden. This reverence creates a significant barrier to scientific study. The challenges of studying the Black Stone highlight the complex relationship between faith and science. The Black Stone, nestled within the heart of Islam's holiest shrine, stands as a testament to the enduring power of faith. Its origins may remain shrouded in mystery, its true nature a subject of ongoing debate, but its significance within the Muslim world is undeniable. For Muslims, the Black Stone is a tangible link to their faith's patriarchs, a symbol of unity and submission to the will of God. The act of touching it, even from afar, is an act of profound devotion, a moment of connection with the divine. Its presence transforms the Kaaba from a physical structure into a living symbol of shared belief, drawing humanity together in a common act of worship. The Black Stone's enduring allure lies not just in its religious significance, but also in its enduring mystery. This enigmatic quality only enhances its sacred aura, inviting contemplation and reaffirming the power of faith in a world often dominated by the tangible. The Black Stone, in its silent grandeur, reminds us that some mysteries are meant to inspire awe, not to be fully understood. Please subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. The Bermuda Triangle, a name that echoes with tales of vanished ships and missing aircraft. A place where the laws of nature seem to bend and twist, where reality itself takes on a surreal hue. This expanse of ocean, stretching between Miami, Bermuda and Puerto Rico, has captivated imaginations for decades, inspiring countless stories of mystery and intrigue. Some dismiss the Bermuda Triangle as mere superstition, a product of overactive imaginations fueled by coincidences and misinterpretations. Others, however, believe that something truly unexplainable lurks within this watery expanse. They point to the numerous documented cases of ships and planes vanishing without a trace, seemingly defying all logical explanation. The truth, as is often the case, likely lies somewhere in between. While many disappearances attributed to the Bermuda Triangle have been debunked or given plausible explanations, a few remain stubbornly resistant to easy answers. These unsolved cases continue to fuel speculation and wonder, keeping the legend of the Bermuda Triangle alive. One such case, the story of the SS Cotopaxi, offers a particularly tantalizing glimpse into the mysteries that may lie hidden beneath the waves. The SS Cotopaxi, a sturdy cargo steamer built in 1918, embarked on a routine voyage from Charleston, South Carolina to Havana, Cuba on November 29, 1925. Carrying a full load of coal and a crew of 32 souls, the ship sailed into the azure waters of the Atlantic, seemingly destined for an uneventful journey. Days turned into nights, and still the Cotopaxi sailed on, its progress diligently recorded in the ship's logbook. Then on December 1st, the unthinkable occurred. A distress signal, faint but unmistakable, crackled across the airwaves from the Cotopaxi. The message was garbled, fragmented, but the urgency in the voice on the other end was chillingly clear. Something was terribly wrong, then silence. The Cotopaxi vanished, swallowed by the vastness of the ocean, leaving behind only questions and a haunting silence. Search parties scoured the area for weeks, but their efforts proved futile. The Cotopaxi, along with its crew and cargo, had disappeared without a trace. For decades, the SS Cotopaxi remained a ghost ship, its fate a mystery lost to the depths of the ocean. Then, in 2015, a glimmer of hope emerged from the blue. A team of marine explorers using advanced sonar technology detected a large, unidentified wreck lying on the seabed approximately 35 nautical miles off the coast of St. Augustine, Florida. The wreck's location, coupled with its size and general configuration, immediately piqued the interest of researchers. Could this be the long-lost SS Cotopaxi? Further investigation, including the use of remotely operated underwater vehicles, ROVs, confirmed their suspicions. The wreck's distinctive features, including its single smokestack and the layout of its deck structures, matched historical records of the Cotopaxi with remarkable accuracy. After 90 years of slumbering beneath the waves, the SS Cotopaxi had finally been found. Section 4. A glimpse into a bygone era, exploring the ship's interior. The discovery of the SS Cotopaxi sent ripples of excitement through the maritime archaeology community. Here at last was a chance to step back in time to explore a perfectly preserved relic of a bygone era. Using ROVs equipped with high-definition cameras and robotic arms, researchers began the painstaking process of documenting the wreck and recovering artifacts. As the ROVs glided through the ship's shattered hull, they revealed a world frozen in time. The ship's interior, though ravaged by decades of saltwater corrosion, remained remarkably intact. The galley, the crew's quarters, the engine room, each compartment offered a poignant glimpse into the daily lives of the men who sailed aboard the Cotopaxi. Among the recovered artifacts were personal effects belonging to the crew. A leather wallet containing faded photographs, a pocket watch stopped at the moment of the ship's sinking, a child's doll clutched tightly in the skeletal hand of a sailor. These objects, imbued with the silent stories of the men who owned them, served as a sobering reminder of the human cost of the Cotopaxi's tragic fate. Section 5. Whispers from the Past. Unraveling the Captain's Logbook. Perhaps the most intriguing discovery made aboard the SS Cotopaxi was the ship's logbook. Found encased in a waterproof metal box in the captain's quarters, the logbook's pages, though water-damaged and faded, were still legible. The logbook's entries painted a vivid picture of the Cotopaxi's final days. The entries detailed routine cargo operations, weather observations, and the crew's activities. Then, on December 1st, 1925, the day the Cotopaxi sent its distress signal, the logbook's entries took on a more frantic, desperate tone. The captain wrote of sudden violent storms, of equipment malfunctions, and of a strange, almost ethereal glow emanating from the sea itself. The final entry, scrawled in a shaky hand just moments before the ship's presumed sinking, simply read, "May God have mercy on our souls." Section 6. The mystery endures. The Bermuda Triangle's secrets remain. The discovery of the SS Cotopaxi and its logbook provided valuable insights into the ship's final moments, yet it also deepened the mystery surrounding its fate. The captain's logbook spoke of strange phenomena, of forces beyond human comprehension. Could these accounts be dismissed as the ramblings of a desperate man, or did they hint at something more? The Bermuda Triangle, it seemed, was not yet ready to relinquish its secrets. Despite the advances in technology and our ever-growing understanding of the natural world, this enigmatic stretch of ocean continues to defy easy explanations. The SS Cotopaxi serves as a stark reminder of the power of the sea, of its ability to both give and take life in equal measure. It also serves as a testament to the enduring allure of the unknown, to our innate desire to unravel the universe's greatest mysteries. Section 7. Conclusion: The allure of the unknown. The Bermuda Triangle remains an enigma, a place where reality and legend intertwine. The discovery of the SS Cotopaxi has provided us with a glimpse into the past, but it has also raised more questions than it has answered. The mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle, it seems, are far from solved. Perhaps in the end that is part of its allure. The Bermuda Triangle, with its tales of vanished ships and unexplained phenomena, speaks to our sense of wonder, to our fascination with the unknown. It reminds us that despite our best efforts to understand the world around us, there are still some things that defy explanation, some secrets that the universe chooses to keep hidden beneath the waves. Please subscribe to our channel for more intriguing content. The cosmos is vast and teeming with wonders. For centuries, humanity has gazed at the stars and pondered a profound question: are we alone? Recent discoveries in astronomy have brought us closer than ever to answering this age-old question. The discovery of exoplanets, planets orbiting stars beyond our sun, has ignited our imagination and fueled our search for life beyond Earth. Just a few decades ago, the idea of finding planets around other stars was the stuff of science fiction. Today it is a reality. We have confirmed the existence of thousands of exoplanets, with thousands more awaiting confirmation. Among these distant worlds, some hold the tantalizing possibility of harboring life. Scientists are particularly interested in planets located within the habitable zone of their star. This zone, often referred to as the Goldilocks zone, is the region around a star where conditions are just right. Not too hot, not too cold, for liquid water to exist on the planet's surface. The quest to find another Earth is driven by a fundamental human desire to explore the unknown and to understand our place in the cosmos. The discovery of a planet that could support life would have profound implications for our understanding of life itself. Astronomers use a variety of techniques to detect exoplanets. One method, known as the transit method, looks for the slight dimming of a star's light as a planet passes in front of it. Another method, the radial velocity method, looks for the wobble of a star caused by the gravitational pull of an orbiting planet. These methods have allowed us to identify a diverse array of exoplanets, ranging in size from small rocky planets like Earth to massive gas giants larger than Jupiter. As our technology advances, so too does our ability to study exoplanets in greater detail. New telescopes, both on the ground and in space, are being designed specifically to search for and characterize exoplanets. One particularly intriguing system that has captured the attention of astronomers is Gliese 667c. Located just 22 light-years away in the constellation Scorpius, Gliese 667c is a red dwarf star that is part of a triple-star system. This means that from the surface of a planet orbiting Gliese 667c, you would see 3 suns in the sky. What makes Gliese 667c so fascinating is the discovery of multiple planets orbiting within its habitable zone. At least 3, and possibly as many as 5 of these planets are considered super-Earths. One planet in particular, Gliese 667cc, has emerged as a prime candidate for habitability. Gliese 667cc is a super-Earth with a mass estimated to be about 3.8 times that of Earth. It orbits its star every 28 days, placing it firmly within the habitable zone of Gliese 667c. This means that Gliese 667cc receives a similar amount of energy from its star as Earth does from the Sun. However, life on Gliese 667cc would be quite different from life on Earth. Because it orbits so close to its star, Gliese 667cc is likely tidally locked. This means that one side of the planet always faces the star, while the other side is perpetually shrouded in darkness. Despite these challenges, Gliese 667cc remains a promising candidate for life. Further observations are needed to determine whether Gliese 667cc truly harbors life, but its discovery has given us reason to believe that we may not be alone in the universe. The discovery of Gliese 667cc and other potentially habitable planets around red dwarf stars has ushered in a new era in the search for extraterrestrial life. Red dwarf stars are incredibly common, making up the vast majority of stars in the Milky Way galaxy. If even a small fraction of these stars host habitable planets, then the number of potentially life-bearing worlds in our galaxy could be staggering. New telescopes and instruments are being developed to study red dwarf systems in unprecedented detail. These observations will allow us to learn more about the planets orbiting these stars, including their atmospheres, compositions, and potential for life. The discovery of Gliese 667cc and other potentially habitable planets has shown us that the universe is full of surprises and that the possibilities for life are endless. As we continue to explore the cosmos, we may one day find the answer to the ultimate question, are we alone? Please subscribe to our channel for more amazing content on space and beyond.